What should I, 27M, do if my girlfriend, 27F, does what I say just because she doesn't want to break up, rather than because she understands my reasons? Hello, everyone. I, 27M, single no kids, have dated my girlfriend, 27F, for over a year. She was never married and is 12 days older than me. She's very great to a very large extent, hardworking and smart, and so am I. She's a single mom of a 4-year-old daughter who stays with the grandmom in a country in Africa. I'm from another African country, but I and my girlfriend are in the same country in UK where we met. We plan to bring her daughter after we marry and bring her up as our own child alongside our own kids after we make them. Her ex-33M in Africa is very irresponsible and was physically violent. No contacts, no possibility of them coming back together. The ex never goes to see his daughter at her, my babe's, mom's place. Never sends gifts, never did anything. I'm in support, and I've seen his chats with her showing this. On the side, my parents in Africa and 2 elder siblings vehemently disapprove of her, only because she has a child. They gave their reasons, a lot of which I have seen online, and considered deeply before deciding to go with my GF. They said they will never support a marriage with her, and I should look for someone else. I even went through a 3-hour group call with them where they tried to show me how this was a bad idea. Through it, I still stood my ground on marrying her, and I let her know what I'm going through. Now, my babe is good to a great extent, but I've worked on correcting a lot of things, some of which came through arguments to the extent where I start talking about breaking up. Only at that stage will she then do what I was complaining about. This month, my GF locked her TikTok account just after my sister viewed her profile. I raised a concern with her, explaining why locking her account wasn't a great idea, even after she permitted me to share the link. I told her it was a wrong timing, as my sister knew that my GF knew she was checking her page and would most definitely share it to my parents too. Now my sister, who had already viewed the account without following, will not be able to view again, and will wonder why she locked her profile. I explained to my GF why it wasn't a good time to lock her profile. We are to try to be on their good side, especially at this time. Not make them dislike the idea of us marrying more, but she said things like, "Why didn't she follow me when she first viewed my profile? If she wants to see my profile, let her follow me. I don't want any judgment from your family. Her TikTok was actually very okay. Nothing worrisome at all. Locking my TikTok won't make them like me more or dislike me more." She stood her ground until I started insinuating breakup, asking her if this is how she would act without any provocation. How then would she now act if anyone in my family directly disrespects her? After a lot of back and forth and me talking about how I want a woman that acts better than that, she then unlocked her TikTok account. I thought she understood my reason, only for her to tell me today, a week after, that she only did it because that's what I wanted and it wouldn't hurt her to unlock her account. She has previously done a lot of things just because I mentioned breakup or because I asked her to, rather than trying to understand the reason I asked her to do so. I fear that when we get married, there will be no breakup for her to be scared of, and she will not change from some bad decisions that she makes. I'll state some of the decisions which I made her change after serious arguments, and some which she went on with despite my advice. Drinking and getting drunk every single time to the extent of pouring alcohol on people out of anger and pushing her friend to the floor out of anger while drunk. She's way softer when sober. She has stopped drinking totally for over 1 year now as she can't control it. Renting a flat alongside a friend and her husband. The friend cheats on her husband, and they have a kid, 5 years old, who they haven't really brought up so well. My GF feels it'll be best to bring her own daughter to the house so they both can play together. She went ahead with this and didn't stop. Now she regrets it, but is already on a 3-year contract on the apartment. Going to parties with coworkers who all cheat on each other and have divorced marriages / are cheating on their partners, and comes home at 2 a.m. My babe herself hasn't ever cheated. She stopped the partying after serious arguments and after I broke up. We came back together after she decided to stop, reluctantly. About child upbringing. Sees nothing wrong with getting lipsticks for a 4-year-old child. Says things like, "She's just a child. She will learn when she grows older. Please advice." I feel like breaking up with her this weekend when next I see her.